Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to continue our discussion on multiple linear regression. So let's have a quick review of what we have discussed so far about the least square lines. Okay, we said that the line of best fit, the regression line, is obtained by getting the difference between your observed value, predicted value, observed value, and then subtracting the predicted value to it. Okay, so let me just annotate this. All right, so this is the equation for your um, residual. Okay, it's the observed value, the actual value. So we know that this is the actual value. So this is given. This was obtained via either you surveyed or primary data or secondary data, and then the predicted value. Okay, and we said that the predicted value class is, this is your predicted value, and it's equal to beta null plus beta 1 times x1. Okay, and you see that x1 here is not, you don't put it in hat class because x is not predicted. Okay, x is given, and this is the one that's predicted. So sometimes you'll see that this is how the equation is written. The predicted value y is the sum of your intercept and your slope times the corresponding x value. So if you get the difference between your actual y sub I and your predicted, you'll have this equation. So it will be y sub I minus this whole thing, right? So that's minus your beta null hat plus minus beta 1 hat, and then x sub 1, x sub I, right? So this is your residual. This is your residual. And what we're interested in is not the sum of the residuals, okay? Because we know that the sum of the residuals is just equal to 0. So this is just equal to 0. So in linear regression model, what we use is the squared of the residuals. So this is E sub I squared. And we want this to be minimized. So this is the equation that we work on. We minimize the residual squared. All right. So this one class, this one, this is your residual, right? And sometimes others call this as your loss function. Okay. Sorry, not yet. Okay. So what we want is that the E squared, let me define the E squared first. Your residual squared is equal to this amount and then square it, right? Because we're interested in the E squared, and then we sum this up, and then we sum this up. Okay, so this will amount here, the sum of the squared residuals. This is your loss function. And others call this L, loss function. And then, so what we want to do is to minimize your L, minimize your loss function, minimize the sum of your squared residuals. Okay, and how is this solved? Because if you take a look at this, your L is equal to y sub I minus beta minus beta 1 times x. Your y and your x, are this known or unknown, class? In this equation, class, when we're trying to minimize this whole thing, the squared of your residuals, if you take a look at the equation, you have y sub I and x sub I, and your beta null and beta 1. Which of these, class, are known values? Kindly chat, please. Y values, y sub I, only y sub I? Thank you, Gab. Only y sub I. Yes. Thank you, Mark. And also x. So both your y's and your x are known, right? So when we compute for the values of beta 1 and beta null and beta 1, okay, so these are the only values that we're going to compute, right? Because y and x are known. Okay, so and when you compute for that, you're going to use, so we're minimizing, right? Minimize this function, minimize the summation. Let me just write it here. Y sub I minus beta null minus beta 1 x sub I, a quantity, and then squared. So this is what we want minimized. Okay, and actually what you use to compute for that is your calculus. Okay, so we can use calculus in order to minimize this. What's done here is we're going to do a process called not us, because we will not go into the mathematics of it, but we're going to do some differential calculus here and equate this to be 0. Okay, and then get the values of your beta null, and beta 1. So using differential calculus, you will be able to compute for your beta null and your beta 1. Okay, so you'll be able to solve for this. So the values of beta null and beta 1, okay, is it possible to have several values of beta null and beta 1 that will minimize your squared residuals? Class, is it possible to have, let's say, two values of your beta null and beta 1? Is it possible to have that? Kindly chat, please. Is it possible to have two sets of beta nulls and beta 1? Because in order to have your line, you have to have your intercept and your slope. Okay? To define a line, we have to have the intercept, your beta null, and your slope. So when we're attempting to compute for the beta null and beta 1, that will minimize your residual squared. Okay, is it possible to have several pairs of beta nulls and beta 1? What's the answer, class? Okay. No, no, no. All right. So that's correct. No. Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Adi. That's correct. You cannot have. Okay, let me just plot. Use a plot here. So, for example, we have this. This is your y. This is your x. Let's just have a few points. There. Okay. And then there. So this one class, this line will have, of course, a specific intercept beta null and a specific slope beta 1. If it was a different line, okay, sabihin natin ito. Okay, so this is a different line. This line will have its own beta null and beta 1. All right, so this value beta null and beta 1 only pertains to one specific line. And in a linear regression, you can only have one unique values of your parameters, beta null and beta 1. It's not possible to have another line with a different beta null and beta 1 that minimizes your residual squared. You can only have one specific line. And if there's only one line class, it means that there's only one value for your beta null and for your beta 1. Okay? Clear, class? Clear so far yung review natin? Are we clear on that? You can only have one regression line. That regression line is unique. Okay, thank you. How about the others, class? I'm not getting responses from the others. Clear ba so far, class, yung discussion ko, or any question on your part, please? Ask your questions if you have clarifications. If none, class, if it's clear, then kindly chat naman. I only have 25% response, class, kasi 1 out of ano lang. 1 out of 4 lang yung nag-respond. You're 24 here, you're 23 here, and I don't see the response of other students. 1/3, that's 33% lang. Okay, let's hit a 60-70% response rate from the class. Okay ba so far, class, yung discussion natin? That's my question. So hindi pa tayo nakaka 50%. What happened to the others, class? Are you here? This is the challenge when it's online. %50. What happened to the others, class? The other 50% of the class. Okay. Let me clear my drawing. All right. So we have discussed, class, that the basis for the values of your slope and intercept is the squared residuals. Okay, and we discussed that the least squares line, that's the line that minimizes the sum of the squared residuals. Okay, and then last time we also looked at the properties of the least squared lines. We said that this line has a distinct characteristic or attribute of passing through it passes through the center. Okay, which means it passes through the average x and average y. Okay, so let's suppose we have this. Change the color. Back to our so this is our sample data point. Okay, and then you will be able, of course, to compute for the y average. So suppose this is your y average and your x average. Suppose this is your x average. Average of x, average of y. And if we join these 2 points here, let's just assume that it's here. Okay, and if we drop a line here, okay, so this is your x bar, y bar. Now, the regression line will always touch this. Always, class. It will always pass through the the x bar, y bar, the mean of x and the mean of y. Okay, and so we know that the equation is y is equal to beta null plus beta 1x. So if a certain point is on the line, then it will be true for this equation. And we said that it will always pass through the average of x and the average of y. So we can write this one, y bar is equal to beta null plus beta 1 times x bar. Okay? So this is the regression line. Then y bar and x bar will have this equation also. Your y bar will be equal to your beta null plus beta 1 times x bar. So if we just rearrange this, okay, and then I can put here hat class because these are the computed values, okay, and then we can define your intercept beta null is equal to, okay, then I transpose this y bar minus your beta 1 hat times x sub I, their class. So this one, okay. So this is where this equation came from. Okay, clear, class? Again, may I have may I have your comment, class? If this let's say property of the regression line is clear to you, it always touches the center, which is the point where you have your average of x and your average of y. Comment, please, class, if it's clear. Thank you. Okay. All right. Then we also discussed this last time, that your slope will always have the same sign as your correlation, and they're related to each other. Okay, but of course they have different meanings. Your slope, okay, and your correlation. Okay, your correlation will only tell you of the direction, okay, the direction of the relationship between your y and your x, and also the strength of the relation. But beta 1 is different because it tells you of the marginal effect of a 1 unit change in your x on y. So if you take a look at this equation, your slope is equal to your correlation multiplied by the proportion of your standard deviation of y over the standard deviation of x. Or you can actually compute for your correlation to be, let me write it here, r is equal to this time your beta 1 times your correlation, the standard deviation of x over the standard deviation of y. So these are common formulas that's used, class, common formulas to, no? That relate the correlation and the slope. Now we know that in this case, for example, your standard deviation of y will always be positive. Okay, kasi ang formula nito, class, if you recall, what's the formula for the standard deviation of y? The standard deviation of y is equal to the square root of y minus y bar squared over n minus 1. Okay, so that's the standard deviation. And we know that y minus y bar squared, class, this will always be positive because you're squaring it. And then you're getting the square root, this will be positive. So the s of y will always be positive, and so is the s of x. So if these two are always positive, then their quotient is always positive. So that leaves us with beta 1 and r. So if r is the correlation is negative, then your slope should always also be negative. Okay? And if your correlation is positive, then your slope is always positive. And that's true because this expression here, s of y over s of x, is always positive. Okay? All right, class. So are we clear on this? The slope and the correlation will always have the same sign. If the correlation is negative, then the slope will always be negative also. Okay, I hope that's clear, class. All right, so let me erase this, clear. Okay, and then let me go here now. Okay, this one we have we discussed this, that the sum of the residuals will always be equal to 0. And then the residuals and the x values should be uncorrelated. So this is the part of your diagnostics. All right, so let's leave that and let's go now to this one. Okay, so far what we have learned is that when we install packages, you go to the usual install that packages and then library packages. Now, before we start, let me ask you to check kindly in the packages. Please type OLSRR, OLSRR. In my case, I have it because I've already installed this. In your case, kindly check, type OLSRR and see if you have that package already installed. Okay, comment please. Check OLSRR. Wala, wala. Okay. How about the others? None. Okay, good. None. Okay, good. So that means you don't have that package yet. All right. So we're now going to install that in a different way, because before, by the way, I think you have this function, right? This one, this note, this LaTeX. Can you please give me feedback if you have this, class? Number 2 and number 3. Okay, sige. Number 2 and number 3. Okay, so number 2, Control C. Let me share it with you. And number 3, you know this. Kasi ano lang naman siya, yung sum lang. Okay. So let's go here, class. First, we need to install a particular package. So I hope you haven't, don't install OLSRR yet. So I want you to copy this, install the package Pacman. If you have installed it, then go to required library. I'm not sure if I asked you to install this before, but please do it now. Install that packages and then library Pacman. Once you're done, class, kindly chat. I'll wait for you to chat me if you have done installing and requiring Pacman. I won't share this with you, class. I want you to type it on your own. Yes, dapat, di ba, class? How do you install a package? Yeah, pwede naman dito, pero dito na lang, class, para na-document nyo that you're installing this. Okay, when you're done, class, kindly chat, because I'll give you another set of instructions. Okay, waiting for your chat, class. If you have loaded Pacman, okay, how about the others?
Sir,
Yes.
sama po ba i-copy yung itong sa baba, Pacman, yung colon, then P
Yeah,
underscore load?
later na. Ito na muna. One
Okay
step at a
po.
time tayo. Sige. But if you're done installing, you may copy this. And then I'll explain what this means. If you're done installing Pacman, you can copy this. And then
Sir,
yes.
nag-error po. Sabi no, there's no package called Pacman.
In-install mo na? Did you install that packages?
Okay po. Wait, we'll
So,
retry.
dapat i-install mo na, ha? Bago mag-library. Kasi hindi magra-run yan pag wala ka pang package na Pacman tapos nag-library ka. Sasabihin ang message yan, there is no package called Pacman. You have to install it first. Who was that asked? Sino yun? Sino yung nagtanong?
Si Fe po.
Fe, oo. Na-resolve mo na ba?
Teka po.
Sige. Install muna, ha? Install that package muna. So you cannot load a particular package unless it's installed.
Sir, sabi po error in install.packages.
Sige nga, let me stop share. Paki-share nga tayo ng screen mo.
Sige po. Teka. Ah,
Sandali lang So, Carlos, ipaki-share yung question mo sa lahat. Fe, how about you? Ano
sir,
nangyari?
wait lang po. Kasi, here po.
Okay. So, let me see.
So, nag-command enter ako.
Okay. Sa ano yung rinan mo?
Ito po, yung install.packages.
Yung Pacman dapat naka-coach siya.
Ito po.
Oo. So, install.packages dapat may coach, no? Pero sa library, sige, run mo siya.
Okay po.
Okay na, no? Sige. All right. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Sige. And so my question, let's answer the question of Carlos first. Carlos, any question mo? And then si Dayan.
Sir, when I installed the p_load things, they don't show up in packages.
Sige nga, ipaki-share yung screen.
Okay, sir. Here, sir. It says they got installed, but when I search for it in the packages, it doesn't show.
I-type mo nga.
Like Stargazer, it doesn't show.
Wait. Ano na rinan mo? Yung ano na, yung Pacman? Nauna ka na?
All the p_load things, sir.
Okay. Naran mo na ba si Pacman?
Yes,
Paki-check
sir.
nga. Let me see Pacman sa packages mo. Naran na, no? Sige. Let's see what happens, no? Sige, I'll revert back to you, Carlos. Let's see what happens to the others. No? Sige,
Okay,
share
sir.
screen lang ako. Sige, thank you, Carlos. Dayan, ikaw ganun din yung question mo?
It says po, warning RTools is required po.
Okay, pag ganun, ano mo siya, i-install that packages mo si RTools. Okay, if you get a message like, you need to load RTools, then you will have to follow that. So, kailangan mag-install that packages kayo ng RTools and then i-library nyo sa RTools. Okay, sandali may question din dito si Jose. Okay. Wait lang sandali lang. Then I'll address your questions. So, for the rest class, if you have installed Pacman, you try this, no? You run this, and then, pag na-run nyo siya, ito yung code na to, no? So, it's Pacman. So, we're using the package Pacman, and we can use it kasi naka-load na siya, no? And then, double colon, okay? Okay, and then we're using the pload function from Pacman. Okay, and then we're using this. We're going to load psych, hmisc, broom. These are packages. And then I asked a while ago kung na-load na ba yung OLSRR sa inyo package. Sabi niyo wala pa, right? You said none yet. So let's see what happens if instead of using install.packages packages and then we install these packages, all of these packages. This time we use pacman and then pload. And then let's load all these packages. And then after you load this, kindly check in the packages pane and then type, for example, OLSRR. And tell me what you see. Do you see OLSRR? Is it already checked? Which means it's loaded already or not? Okay, so kindly do that, class. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. And then I'll answer the, let's see what the concerns are of the, your concerns. So hindi ma-load kay Fe. Okay. Okay, so let me wait for your comments, class. And then I'll deal with your questions later. So those of you who were able to run Pacman payload, kindly tell me if you check packages and if you look for OLSRR, what's the status of OLSRR in your case? Okay, for Mike, for Gab, it's loaded. For Christine, not found. Ang daming mga concerns. For Gab, it's loaded. Kay Maxine, loaded. No? Ibig sabihin na install na, tapos na ano pa, na library pa. No? Kasi may check. No? Kay Rod, loaded din. May mga check. Class, nothing happens when I click Control Enter concern. Okay, so may concern pa rin dito. Okay. Ano pa, class? Loaded. So medyo divided yung house, ano? The others are not able to have the packages loaded. Okay, so kay Katrina, loaded. Thank you. All right. Thank you for commenting, class. So, tingnan natin, class. Let me go back to the question here. First, Diane, were you able to address it? Okay na ba yung sinabi mo kanina na it required RTools and then you installed RTools, then okay na siya?
No pa rin po, sir.
O pa rin?
I'm
Okay.
reinstalling my RPA
Oo,
since it
sige.
hasn't update pa.
Okay, sige. So, tingnan natin yung the other questions. Sino ba dito? Si Jose Orlando? Ano yung question mo, please? Stop share ako, ha? Okay. Orlando, kindly share. Okay. Pwedeng paki-increase yung ano, yung font appearance, hindi ko makita. Sa tools na lang, sa tools. Lakyan mo yung ano, global options. Appearance. Yan. 9, ang liit yan. Gawin mo 18. Okay, hindi pa rin masyado makita. Okay, yan, better. Sige, ano yung ano
My
dyan?
screen is quite big po, sir.
Sorry?
My screen size is quite big po. Kaya my font is small.
Okay.
Ito po, sir. I think I typed it na. When I click Control Enter, nothing happens po.
Baba ka. Baba, sige, baba. Wala kasing line sa ano, wala ka pang, i-close mo muna yan, yung ano mo. Yung code chunk mo na yan.
Oh.
Mag 3 backticks ka. Enter mo yan. Sa baba. Enter ka, enter. And then, yan. Okay, sige, i-run mo ngayon yan.
Oh. Oh, wala
Ano
pa.
nangyari? Install the packages, Pacman. Zero length variable name. Bakit? Ulitin mo nga. You don't have to, kahit dun sa run code chunk na lang, sa taas. Ayan, nag-run na. Okay, nag-run na. Sige. Tapos yung next mo, asa na? Hindi mo pa nagawa? Yung next, hindi mo nasulat?
Not yet po.
Okay, sige. For those of you, sige. For those of you who were not able to follow along. Ito, i-share ko sa inyo to, ha. Sige. Control C. Chat natin. Okay. Send chat ko. Everyone. Okay. Yan. Sige, try mo yan, ha. Okay, let's go to Carlos. Share screen ka nga.
Oh, sorry, I was able to load now. I
Okay
just
na.
ran the code again.
Okay, sige. Good. Okay, sino pa may may mga Mark, may question ka?
Ayaw po magranong sa akin, sir.
Sige nga, ipakita mo rin yung yung screen mo.
Wait lang, sir. May tumatawag.
Okay, sino pa?
Mine po, sir.
Sino to? Dayan, sige.
Dayan po.
Dayan, share yung screen mo.
Do you see it po?
Yeah, pakilakihan Dayan yung
Wait lang.
R tools capital R yan, ha? Hindi yan small r.
Capital R po.
O, tingnan mo ano yung sabi dyan say kanina. Yung spelling na yan. Okay. Yan, nag-run na siya. No? Okay, sa case nito yan.
Pa rin po.
Wait. Package is not available for this version of R. Okay. So, baka kailangan ng lower version. Pero ang sabi diyan, yan, nagbigay siya ng ng URL where you can a version of this package for your version of R might be available. Tingnan mo dun. So check this, no? Check that site there. Diyan. Okay, but you have to be able to install. Kasi ano nangyari dito, class? Diyan, ikwento mo kung ano nangyari.
I can install yung sa Pacman po. It
Hindi
says
mo-
na R-tools is required po.
Hindi mo
So,
ma-install
no-load this.
si Pacman. Even if you try, can you try loading it there sa, subukan natin sa subukan natin, wait lang. Okay, did you try do sa packages mismo? Sa packages window? Sige nga, i-type mo Pacman. Hindi, sorry, sa install pala. Ayun, na, di ba? Andun eh. Naka-load na si Pacman mo, yun. Na-load na siya. Sige nga, i-click mo yan. I-click mo siya.
It shows up.
So, na-load na siya. No? You know, sometimes you'll have to check class. Minsan nagbibigay sila ng ganyang message, no? Pero, okay naman. Sige nga, subukan mo yung library, Pacman. I've experienced that several times. Ang sasabi na hindi available yung version na yan sa Pero pag chinecheck ko, yan, kay Orlando, okay na, no? Thank you. Okay. Di ba na siya, no? Go to packages again. Ayun, naka-check na nga siya, oh. Sige, i-run mo nga, diyan yung payload. Nag-run pa siya. Escape mo muna.
It says
Ayan, nag-load na siya, oh. Run mo na pala. Ayan, na-load na siya. Yan, loaded. Then, check mo nga, diyan yung OLSRR. Diyan sa may, yan, check. Diyan sa may packages. OLSRR.
wala pa rin po.
Wala pa. O, sige, pa siya, nag-run pa siya.
Okay.
Sige, so okay na yan. And then when you open that, you'll see that naka-check yung naka-check yung OLSRR. Okay? Okay, thank you, Dan. Thank you.
Thank
Okay?
you, sir.
Sige. Any other questions, class?
Pero sa akin po, di pa rin nag-run. Pwede ko ba i-share screen?
Sige. Share mo, Mark, yung yung screen mo.
Nakikita niyo po ba?
Pakilakyan ulit, Mark, yung yung
Wait lang. Global options.
lakyan mo na lang yung font. Pag appearance sa baba. Yan. Gawin mo lang 18 o ano.
Okay na, sir.
Yan, sige. Alright. So, ano yung hindi nag-run sa'yo?
Pag in-enter ko po, di siya nag-run.
Kasi yung Pacman mo, mali spelling, no?
Ay,
Oo. So, class, yan ang mga lessons sa atin yan, ha? Make sure the spelling is correct, no? Experience ni Mark, tama yung spelling niya sa installed packages, pero sa library, mali, no? So, i-run mo nga yung i-run mo nga yung
ayaw rin, sir.
may ending na ba? Naka-close na ba yung mo? Yung code chunk na yan? Enter ka nga. Enter and then mag-backticks ka na 3. Para hindi nakasarado yung mo eh. Hindi, sa taas ka. Go up. Backticks, 3. Sarado mo yung open, yung backticks ka.
Ano
3
po
lang. 3. Type, mo.
ba?
Yan, walang R. Wala nang R. Yan. So yan, naka-close ang mo, code chunk. Diba? Kanina kasi parang hindi naka-close eh.
Basta
Sige.
copy ra.
I-run mo na yan. Doon na sa taas na lang, doon sa upper right mo. Di ba may doon? Go to the right. Mark, go to the right. Sa dulo ng code chunk mo. Andiyan yung arrow, yung triangle sa taas. Yan, yan. Hindi yan. Hindi yan. Hindi yan. Yan, kasi ang rinan mo, yung sa ibaba. Kuha mo?
Opo.
When you click the arrow down, ang rinan niya yung pababa. So dapat yung nasa right, yung parang yan ang iraran, di ba? Sige, run mo yan. Okay?
Meron ko na po. Error install package.
Restart mo nga, restart mo. Sige, X mo yan. X mo yung sa ilalim, i-X mo nga. Hindi, yung sa ilalim ng code chunk, yung error i-X mo na muna yan. Hindi. Sa taas din. Okay. Punta ka sa packages sa window. Packages window nga. Sa baba. Yan. I-type mo Pacman. Tingnan mo nga kung na-load na yung Pacman.
Pacman. Yan po.
Na-load na si Pacman, no? So i-click mo siya para yun na pareho ng library yan eh. Click mo yan.
Ito po, sinek ko.
Oh, yan, 'di ba? Anong lumabas sa console mo?
Library Pacman.
Yan. So pareho lang yung library Pacman pag rinan mo yan diyan sa script mo or pag click mo dun sa sa packages. Got it? Mark?
Gets po, sir.
Oh, so asan na yung mo, yung payload, asan na?
Payload po.
Sa chat, 'di ba? Sinat ko yung payload eh, yung function.
Lalagay ko
I-copy
po.
mo. Oo, kasi yung susunod eh.
Okay, sir.
Sige, gusto kong makita. Gusto kong nakita na gawin mo. Yan, okay. So i-run mo yan. Control enter ka. Ayan, nag-run na siya, no? So loaded na yung mga packages na yan. HMISC installed. Okay, Broom installed. Nalagay niya sa console, no? Okay.
Lahat na to, sir.
Oo. Tapos sige, punta ka sa packages. Pagkatapos yan, punta ka sa packages. Hintay mo muna matapos. Yan, desk tools installed. Okay, so class, lesson dito class, you can install and load packages even without going through the install.packages. Pwede natin gamitin si Pacman, no? Okay? You can use yung payload. Basta i-load nyo muna si Pacman tapos gamitin natin yung payload. Kasi parang one way, siya, one-stop shop na install.packages tapos library at the same time. Kasi kung install.packages class, i-install muna, no? Tapos ila-library mo na naman lahat ng ng packages na 'yon. Yung payload sabay-sabay na install and library at the same time. Sige, hanapin mo si OLSRR. Diyan, OLSRR.
Wala, sir eh.
But capital yung pagsulat mo? Wag capital. Sensitive si sa Small
po.
ba yan?
Yes, sir.
Na-install na ba si ano?
Si-
OLSRR. So dapat andyan na yan eh.
Not sure, sir. Wala po eh.
Sige, i-library mo na nga lang si ano. Sa console mo na lang, i-type mo library OLSRR. Sa console. Sige, dyan na lang.
Console.
Right, yan.
OLSRR.
Ayan eh, andun na eh, oh. Lumabas na siya eh. Okay, enter mo. So, meron ng OLSRR. Now, yung case kanina ni Carlos, sabi niya, hindi rin nag-appear. Carlos, what did you do?
Sir, I just ran the code again.
Arina na lang yung code. So, ganun lang gawin mo, Mark, no?
Sige, sir.
I-rerun mo na lang siya kasi hindi pa nag-appear dito sa ano. Although, alam natin na na-load na siya, no? Okay? Sige. Thank you, Mark. Okay, thank you for those questions. Class, I appreciate your questions, no? It's an opportunity for us to learn yung ano yung mga experiences ng mga classmates nyo. Okay, may questions pa ba? Orlando, meron ka pang question? If na, yes, my question dito si Fe, if na check na, does it mean it's loaded? Yes. So sabi natin, di ba yung check dyan, it's equivalent to library. Okay? All right, good. I appreciate the questions, class, and thank you so much. Thank you. I like that class kasi ibig sabihin talagang you're focusing on the lesson. All right, so let's do this now. Gagamitin natin itong mga packages na to in a while. Si OLSRR later on, but si Psych, si HMISC, si DeskTool, si SchemR, we're going to use that now. All right, so I told you, class, to save the wage data set that I posted in Canvas in your R project. Okay, gawin natin, class, ganito, no? Gawin natin. Kindly copy the data set. Sige, ito muna. Sorry. So, we're now going to use this data set, si wage data set. Buksan
Sir,
muna natin. Yes?
Di po kayo nakashare
Ay, sorry.
screen.
Thank you. Sorry. Share screen muna ako. Okay. So, let's open the wage data set. This is a comma-separated value file, CSV file. Open natin, and let's see what's inside this data set. Okay. All right, so we have here, ito yung mga variables natin. Education, experience, tenure, race, gender, civ status, number of dependents, and hourly wage. And we have how many observations? Hindi nakalagay dito. Nag-ano pa siya. So there are, I think, 500 plus observations. Okay? So ilan yung variables natin? 8 variables ang dito. Okay, close ko na to, no? Close ko na. Don't save na lang. All right. Then, what's the purpose of putting your data inside your R project? Okay, the purpose can be found here, class. So dito, I'm creating an object. Remember this, class? Okay, you can name it any way you want. Pwedeng day, data, or whatever. I'll just use this wage. Nagkataon lang, class, na ang pangalan ng data file natin wage. But this is a wage data, so I'm just going to give it a name, no? Wage. And then the function is read underscore CSV. So, saan galing ano to? If you're interested about knowing the function, okay, read underscore CSV. I think this is coming from, subukan natin, read R. Anong package ba galing itong ano? Read underscore CSV. Read. Ito. Ay, hindi, class. Dapat read Hindi nakalist dito Read underscore CSV. Read.csv andi dito, coming from utils. But mas maganda yung read underscore CSV. I think it's coming from readr. Okay. Oops, sorry. Ayun, okay? So it's coming from this package readr. Okay, so when we loaded tidyverse class, kasama na rin yung readr doon. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Notice na hindi natin linode si readr package, but there's a package here called tidyverse na pag linode natin siya class, may mga kasamang may mga kasamang other packages like ggplot2, dplyr, readr, okay? So dati ang ginagamit yung read.csv, pero medyo luma na yung function. So mas maganda, yes, thank you Gab, thank you. So sabi ni Gab, it comes from tidyverse. Yes, thank you. So read underscore CSV. Lagay ko lang para alam nyo na galing siya sa sa readr there. Read underscore CSV. And then take a look at this. So notice, napakasimple ng function natin. We just identified the wage.csv. And then we can write here, column underscore names is equal to true. Or, since true siya class, ibig sabihin default yan. Pwede natin hindi isama yan. Okay, so pwedeng wage.csv lang, pwede nang ganun. And then automatically, it will also read yung mga first lines natin doon as names, as variable names. All right, so kindly type this class, and then when you run that, what happens? Kindly tell me, class. So may assignment operator tayo dito, diba? So ibig sabihin nun, we're creating this object wage. So I expect, class, that in your environment, there should be an object that wage that should appear here. Okay, so kindly tell me what happened, class. Nag-generate ba ng isang object na wage? Okay, thank you, Gab. How about the others, class? Yan. All right, good. May new object na okay, good. Okay. So kay class, request again, pag nag-answer kayo, please share it with everybody so that I don't keep on repeating your comment, no? Orlando, please share your answer to everyone.
Send it sa chat na po.
Sige. So, to everyone lagi, class, no? Yan, kanina may comment ka, no? So read R dapat yan, hindi read. Okay, there. So sa case ng Orlando, may nagbigay pa ng description, no? Sabi niya, ito tinan nyo, class, column specification. 526 rows, columns 8. And then may delimiter siya, nagbigay ng information delimiter, which is comma, kasi CSV to, comma, separated values. And then character, 3, yung race, gender, civil status. Double, 5, education, experience, tenure. And then, may basta 5 yan. Okay? And then may binibigyan ng information, use spec to retrieve the full column specification for this data. So use spec, the spec function. Okay? Specify the column types or show column types is equal to false to quiet this message. Okay, so may mga instructions dyan. Just follow the instructions. So if you want to do this, no? So nothing wrong with the output there. Okay, in my case, so I'll run this. Okay, what happened? Now take note. Ayan, di ba? Ayan yung message dito. Okay, delete ko na ito, hindi ko na marinan ito. Okay, here. Alright, ano sabi dito? Okay, this is the function. And then sabi dito, rows, 526 column. And then binigyan lang ng description. No? right? And then we can see here that the object wage is already here. Okay, and what happens, class? 526 rows, 8 columns. When we click this, itong icon na to, it will print here. No? And that's equivalent to view yung object natin na wage. All right. Okay, so there are 526 observations and there are 8 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the columns are your variables, education, experience, tenure, etc. Okay, okay, so far class, paki-chat please, if all of you got it.
Sir,
Yes,
nagkaka-error po yung sa akin.
nagkaka-error, sige. I'll stop share, paki-share nga yung screen.
Okay.
Okay, patingin nga ng ano mo, error in, may I see your R project, yung folder, Daphne?
Okay. It's here.
Can you show your R folder? Yung folder
This
mo, yan.
one.
Wala, andyan na ba yung wage?
It's this one.
Andyan na, no? FINSTAR yung pangalan ng folder mo?
Yes.
Okay, andun naman si R project. Okay, sige nga, again, go back to your R.
Here.
Wage, and then read R, tama naman. Pasok ka sa files na, no? Files
This
dyan. Down pa.
This one.
Andyan ba yung wage? Hindi ko kasi makita yung ano eh.
Yes.
Dyan yung wage. Error in data. Ano ba? Date names. Ilan mo nga ulit? Ganun pa rin.
Yes.
Tanggalin mo nga yung call names is equal to true. Let's see what happens. I-X mo muna yung message sa baba. Okay, sige, pakiran nga ulit.
So,
Import read R. Tanggalin mo nga si read R. Let's see. Okay, error pa rin, no? Library versions. Okay, so hindi ko alam kung bakit ganyan, no? So siguro one way is to one way you can do you can copy that error message, no, Daphne? You can copy that error message and then i-Google mo, check mo kung ano yung sasabihin ni R, kung ano yung error na yan, no?
okay.
Subukan mo nga, gawin mong ano, tanggalin mo yung pangalan na wage. Yan, backspace mo. Sige nga, tinan mo. I-run mo yan.
No.
I-X mo muna yung error sa baba bago ka mag-run para makita natin kung ganun pa rin. So,
Ano ba?
yeah, hindi natin alam, no? Kasi tama naman yung code mo eh. And we were trying to experiment the library framework. Corrupt daw, no? Corrupt. Ano sabi dun sa corrupt? Lazy load database. Library frameworks are okay. So R ang suggestion ko, Daphne, i-ano mo na lang, no? I-load mo ulit si R, no? Erase mo
Okay.
muna, tapos i-load mo na lang ulit. Kasi ang may sinasabi siya diyang error eh. Yung
Okay.
systems data.r database, corrupt. So pag ganyan, one remedy for that is to reinstall mo si R, okay?
Okay.
So reinstall mo ulit si R at saka si R Studio.
Okay.
Okay? Sige,
Okay.
sorry hindi ko ma-decipher. May message siya na binibigay but it's coming from yung systems data.r database. So maybe the best thing to do here is to reload R na lang, ha?
Okay. Thank you.
Sige, thank you. All right, so that goes to show class that I will not be always able to answer always na yung mga questions. May mga technical na concerns, and the best thing to do is to read the message. Ang ginagawa ko pag nagkakaganyan ako, I copy the message and then ginugoogle ko. Kasi chances are many have experienced this type of a message. Tapos they give suggestions on what should be done. Okay, so first time ko nakita 'yon, no? Na nagkaganong error sa R, dun sa read R mismo, tapos dun sa R, and then RDB. That RDB sa database yun eh. Okay. All right. So thank you, class. Thank you for your questions. And sorry about that, Daphne. No? I hope ano mo ako, sabihin mo ako kung na resolve mo yan. No? Okay. Now I'd like you to see the advantage of saving your data set in your R project. So why don't we do this? I-copy nyo to class, copy nyo yung wage, tapos i-save nyo in any other folder. I'm just going to illustrate something. Save it in any other folder. Wag dun sa wag dun sa not in our project folder. All right, and then I'm going to illustrate this. So I'm going to load that data set. This time I'm going to use this. Pwede kasi mag-load dito no? Import data set. So import data set, I'll click this, and then from text, no? So pwede ditong read R or from base. Pareho lang naman yan, no? So if I click this, read R, okay. Itong read R class, so mas siya, mas modern na mas bagong function as compared to read.csv. So hahanapin ko class, no? Saan dito yung yung file ko? Browse. All right, I'll look for it in another. Okay. In another folder. Okay. So this is another location of the data. So if I click open, all right. So you can see here, class, andi dito yung yung code, no? Andito siya. Okay, so may tinatong dito. Anong name ang gusto nyo ilagay? I'll call it differently, wage1. Wage1, tapos may mga choices dito. First row as names, yes. May mga names siya, no? And then you can see here, may dinidescribe kung anong type ng data. Double. We'll discuss that later. Character. Double. Okay. I'm not skipping any row. Okay, and then delimiter niya, commas. This is a CSV file. Okay. And then take note, class. Ito yung code na yan. Yung pag-import data set natin, tapos paghanap natin ng file, this is the corresponding code, and this will reflect in your console. So import natin. Import. And you notice, class, so nag-automatic siya, nag-view, and let's take a look at the function. So anong function, class? When we get the file from a location that's not inside your R project. Tingnan niyo to. So I named it wage1 and then read_csv, and then it will have to name, class, the file location. Yan. So nasa C ng computer ko, nasa users, admin, desktop, FINSTAR folder, and then subfolder, multiple linear regression, saka binigay yung file name. Okay, so it's a lot difficult, class. It's more difficult than just putting your data inside in your our project folder, kasi mas madali yung function na yun. Diba? Ina-identify na lang yung yung file name. Ito, class. Diba? Ito, wage.csv lang. Okay, in fact, ito, pwede nang hindi. So, pwedeng yun lang, class. Read_CSV and then the file name. So, it depends if it's a CSV file, an Excel file, SAS file, SPSS file, Python file, etc. All right. So, clear yung class? Do you get the message there? Na yung mga data files natin, ilagay natin class sa ilagay natin class dun sa sa folder natin. Yeah, Mark, na-discuss natin kanina, di ba? Ito. May mga comments na lalabas, di ba? Ito. Ayan, use spec to retrieve, specify the column types, false to quiet this message. No? Kung gusto nyo, class, ito, sige, gawin natin yan, ha? I'm going to tab ko to, tab. Tapos, magkakama ako dito, class, comma, comma, and then ito. Control C, Control V. So, dinagdag ko to, class. Okay, sabi kasi dito, no? Sabi, specify the column types or set show column types is equal to false to quiet this message. Ibig sabihin ng class, kung isama natin tong function na to, kung isama natin yung code na yan, class, dito sa read_CSV natin, ano mangyayari? Kasi dito, di ba, ang ginawa dito, sinabi niya, binigyan niya ng yung character, yung mga information about the columns, no? Okay? Ito. Anyway, thank you, Mark, for that question. Kasi, again, another opportunity to learn here. Ano ba ibig sabihin nito, no? So, sige. What I did was to arrow up lang, class. And then, babalik yung dati nating kinode, which is this one. Okay? So, I'll just run this kasi may library na naman no? Hindi ko na kailangan pwede ko tanggalin na to. Okay. How was I able to access the previous code, class? Nasa arrow up ka, class, no? Okay? Kasi hindi mo pwedeng i-highlight ang class. Hindi mo pwedeng i-copy. All right, so if I run this, kahit ito na lang, Control Enter. All right, ano nangyari, class? Hindi niya pinakita ito. It did not show this information anymore. Ito. This one. Kasi sinabi natin dito, linagay ko na show column types is equal to false. Okay? A while ago, I did not show this. Diba? I did not show that. So that's equivalent to show column types is equal to true. So which is the default, no? Ulitin ko, arrow up. Yan, bumalik itong function na to. So tanggalin ko ulit to. I'll remove this, delete, right? So show column type is equal to true yon kasi default siya. No? And if I run this again, Control Enter, there, di ba lumabas na naman yung column specification. Okay, are you getting me, class? Paki-chat naman please kung nakuha, class, kung understood. Yeah, thank you. Okay, good. Thank you so much. All right, sige, class, punta na tayo dito kasi we need to hurry up a bit para pareho tayo ng kabilang section. All right. So ito, class, sige, in the interest of time, ito kanina pinaano ko na lang to sa kabilang section I asked them to type it, no? But since we're running out of time, Control C. Ay, wait. Okay, sandali. Hindi ko pa pala nadidis. Ayan. Ito na yung class. Ito na yung ikakopy ko ngayon para, okay. So this is what I'm copying now and sharing it with you. Kasi if I ask you to type it, tatagal tayo and medyo we're running out of time. Sana kumasya. Yan, okay. So kindly copy that class and let's just discuss that. Okay. So we're now here in examining the data. So far, class, let's first do what we call EDA or exploratory data analysis. Before you even do any statistical operation, statistical process, class, kailangan maintindihan mo natin yung data natin. By the way, class, dito sa if you import your data set, take note nakasama lagi yung view wage, no? View whatever the object is. Automatically kasama yung sa code, no, sa function. While if we just use yung sa atin, hindi automatic tong view function. Ito, no? Unless we type here yung view na kasabay na. All right. So first, alam nating view, di ba? We know that the view will print out the data set here. How about class? What will this give us? So if we get the class, okay, of the variable class, so it tells us that this is a special table data frame, or a table data frame, or a table, or a data frame. Okay. So in general, this is a data frame. So I hope you have studied yung unit 1 natin, ano? By the way, class, the other section requested that the quiz on Monday be postponed. So dapat pareho kayo. So wala muna tayong quiz sa Monday. Tatapusin muna natin to, yung later part nito, and then we will have pero wala nang postponement yun kasi super delayed na tayo sa quiz number 1 natin. I'm sure yan yung comment. Yay! Dalawa lang nag-yay. Gab, yay ba to o yay? Kasi yay, parang ayaw mo eh. Musad.
Yay po, sir.
Yay? Okay. Kasi yay. Okay, so may party. Huh? We love Sir Bob. I love you too, guys. Thank you. Okay, sige. So data frame to, no, class? So that's what remember, class? Hindi pa pala remember kasi may mga there are data structures that are XTS, no? Sa kabilang section, inaaral namin yung XTS. Time series, merong vectors, may lists, merong matrices, merong array. So different types of data structure. Yung data frame is one of the most used one kasi may row by column yan. It's a matrix. So may column, yung mga column may mga pangalan, yung mga variable. Tapos each of the observations will have its own row. So ganun ka importante yung data frame. And this is an example of a data frame. If I take a look at this, sabi nga natin, each column has its name, variable name yan, and then each row has its own observation. Okay, so each of the row here is an individual observation. Okay, so that's a data frame. All right, let's go to the next one. How about itong class, itong structure, alam na natin to, di ba? Did we? Or if we have not yet, class, let's run this. So ano sinasabi dito, class, ng structure? Okay, take a look here. This is the structure. So mas complete ang structure kaysa sa class, no? So ito sinabi din, it's a special table. It's a data frame yan, no? Diba? 526 by 8. 526 rows by 8 columns. And then ito, this is very important, class. So sinasabi dito yung klase ng variable natin. Okay? Education, numeric. Okay, for some of you, it might be integer. No? Experience numeric, race is character. Okay, yung character natin, white, 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 etc. Gender is female, male. Civil status is single, married. Okay, number of dependents, this is numeric. Okay, hourly wage, this is numeric. Okay, so there are two types of numeric class. May numeric na integer, may numeric na DBL, which means ang DBL pwede magkaroon ng decimal place. So in others, kanina, yung ano nila, yung education nila numeric. Okay, so sorry, integer pala. Integer. So don't worry class if magkaiba tayo. Yung iba dito baka double. Okay, it doesn't matter. Basta numeric siya, whether it's integer or double. Again, on differential integer, it cannot take on a decimal place. Double, it can take on a decimal place. All right. What I want to show here, class, is this dollar sign. Ano ibig sabihin ng dollar sign? Ito, bakit may dollar sign yan? Class, it has a special meaning, class. Ibig sabihin ng dollar sign, class, that this specific object, itong education na to, comes from yung wage. No? Kaya wage and then education. Now, to show you, class, let's take dito na lang sa console. I'm going to get the mean. Kasi di ba si education, numeric yan, di ba? So we can get the mean of that education. Okay, it's already almost time, class. Just a few minutes, class. And then ipopost ko, class, yung recording ng kabilang section kasi medyo nauna na kami dun eh, no? So kindly watch the last part of that. Or siguro ang ko na lang yung sige pareho na lang. I'm going to post both, no, para may record kayo ng ginawa natin ngayon and also yung kabilang section. Kasi sa other section, class, na-complete na namin hanggang natapos na namin hanggang meron na nga dito eh, no. So I want you to have that also. Okay, so this, class, mag-error yan, class, kasi hindi niya naiintindihan kung sino si education. Bakit? Sa data natin, class, look at our data. There's no education here. Education is just a variable inside your wage data set. So if you want to get the, let's say, metric for a particular variable, kailangan, class, mean, and then kailangan specify nyo yung object. Yan, class, wage. And then if I type dollar, lalabas, class, ano yung mga laman ni wage or wage one for that matter, whatever you're acquiring here. So dito, yan, education, and then I'll just tab. Ayan, wage, dollar, education. Control enter, there. So nakuha na niya yung average ni education. Okay? So that's very important, class, itong itong dollar sign na to, ano ibig sabihin yan. And then dito sa baba, yan, sinasabi lang yung columns, no? Education, double siya. Yan, double class, no? Ibig sabihin, this can take on an integer. Double, ito, column, character siya. Si race, si gender, si status, character. Si number of dependents, double din. Alright? So, just this last one, class. Ay, dito pa pala tayo. This last one. If you need to go, class, go, ha? I'll just finish this. Okay. Masyado mahaba, no? Ito pala. Asa na si table? Nawala si table, ha? Andi dito pa sa baba, no? Alright. So, okay, structure yan, no? Ito, class, summary, alam na natin to, di ba? Yung wage naman, tinanggal natin to glimpse, class. Glimpse comes from dplyr. If I run this, okay, itong mangyayari dyan. No? Yan, ganun din yung glimpse, parang pareho lang. Okay, double, character, double. Pareho lang siya. So this is coming from dplyr. Yung wage, yung summary, class, alam natin to, di ba? Ito yung mga 6 number summaries, di ba? Yan, di ba? So notice, si race, si gender, well, hindi naman numerical yan. So ang binibigay lang yung length. Okay, and lastly, lastly here class, ito, no? So, ito, dapat sa dulo to, Control X, Control V. Alright, take a look at this class, table. Yung table class will give us a cross tabulation. So wage, civil status, if I run this, there, ano nangyari? Anong result? Ayan, sinasabi niya, si civil status, 320 yung married, 206 yung single. I'll just run everything here. Ayan. Ay, sorry. Mali. Sorry Control X. Si education kasi class ano yan, yung quantitative yan, no? Pati si hourly wage, quantitative, Control X, Control V. Itong tatlo lang class yung ano. Itong tatlo lang yung character variable. There. Pati ito. Okay, tatlo sila, class. What will happen here? If I run this line, okay, bibigyan tayo ng cross tabulation. So yung table class, okay yan, maganda yan for character variables, no? Married ilan, single ilan, non-white, white ilan, female at saka male. If it's a quantitative variable class, hindi siya maganda kasi, okay? Kasi kunyari ito class, hourly wage. Ano to may decimal to, di ba? So bibilangin niya ilan yung 0.54, ilan yung ano. So doesn't make sense class for us to use this. Ilan yung 3, yung hourly wage, 34, no? So magbibilang siya pero yung mga specifics, and we don't actually want to do that, no? All right? So maganda yung table for character variables. All right, so let me stop there class. So paki-view na lang yung stop recording ko na.